As I said, I was going to try doing these turnips in a dehydrator. The particular dehydrator that we have is a Nesco food and jerky dehydrator. There's several of them on the market. This one had really good reviews, and frankly for us it's just been perfect. We do bananas, apples, tomatoes. We do quite a few things on it with it. Makes great treats for the dogs. The dogs just love dried bananas. They don't like dried apples much, but they love dried bananas. So as you can see, I've spread the turnips out all over here, emptying my container, and I've placed all of them on one rack. I don't know why I decided to pick a rack a couple down, but I did. I put the other ones back on even though they're empty. Somewhere in those directions it says you have to have at least 3 racks or 4 trays or whatever. It doesn't really matter. I just put them all back in even though everything's on one. You got this little cap piece. Then we put the top on. I think it's all set up. It's set for the 135 to 145 degrees. And like everything else these days, the cord is too short to actually be of any use. So you got to move it right to the end of the counter to plug it in. One of the common complaints about this particular dehydrator is that it doesn't have an on-off switch. You know, who cares? Basically, you turn it on, you come back in 6, 8, 10 hours, check stuff, turn it off. It's just as easy to plug it in or unplug it. So you can hear, compared to my voice, how loud it is. That's one of the reasons we bought this one, is because it's really quiet. Yes, it's on, you can hear the fan, but it is not a rattle trap that makes you want to hold your ears, or you can't hear a television set or hear yourself talking to each other. So it's been a pretty nice one. And we'll check back in on this in 4 or 5 hours, 6 hours, and we'll keep you up to date on how things are going. Alright, it's been about 9 hours. So it's time to see how all this is running. So we'll take the top off. Then I had 2 empty trays that I just left on top. And then here's what we've got. Let me pull this over and get it in here so you can see it well. All those pieces turned into nice little dried out pieces. When I hand dry them with the paper towels over a couple of weeks, they're always brown. These came out white. It's the only difference I see. They look and feel about the same. And as you can hear by the noises they make, they're fully dry. So this gives me some just fabulous food for the paramecium and the rotifers and stuff. And it'll last me a long time. So I'm going to pile all these in a jar. For storage. As I say, if you do paper towels in a sweater box or plastic shoebox, it'll take a couple of weeks to get them all dried out and a little bit of work. But I've done that way for many, many years. This is the first time I've ever done them in a dehydrator. So I know that other way works, and it's not a pain. You just check it every few days and flip them around, make sure that they're not molding, which I've never had more than 1 or 2 mold, and when they do, you just take them out and throw them away and keep on going with the rest of them. So I usually put 2 small ones or 1 big one in a jar, and that lasts about 3 weeks. So I mean, that's how many jars of paramecium that'll do. This is just tremendous, and did it all in 1 day. So There's an easy, very controllable, very nice food for starting your parameciums and rotifers and stentor and whatever else is growing. And to see how to actually start the bottles, check my other videos. Please subscribe so you'll get notices of whenever I put new ones up, and stay up to date on what the latest stuff is in my fish house. Thank you for watching.